Dear student, I am starting your lecture number 6 for the topic of bipolar junction transistors. In a last lecture, I have discussed DC load line and operating point. Today, I am discussing AC load line. I am doing a revision of a last lecture. The important point of a last lecture I am discussing, then I will proceed to the AC load line topic. See, this is revision I am doing. This is your circuit diagram. This is the circuit of basic common emitter amplifier circuit. This is AC input I am showing you. This is a coupling capacitor. This is called base bias resistors. This is supply voltage. This is a collector resistors. These are coupling capacitors. Here you kept load RL, and this is your device which used to measure the output voltage. See, RB is known as a base bias resistor. Base bias resistor. So what does it mean? These provide the necessary value of the base current to operate the transistors in a middle point of the load line. RB and RC are selected such that your transistor is operated at the middle point of the load line. RS is a source resistor. RS is a source resistor. CC is a coupling capacitor which does not allow this DC current entering into the AC source. CC is a coupling capacitor which blocks the DC of the collector and allow only AC signal to the output. Coupling capacitor block the DC voltage according to the equations of reactance I am showing you. This is the reactance of the coupling capacitor. For DC, frequency is 0. Frequency of the DC signal is 0. So its reactance is infinite. So these offer infinite reaction. These offer coupling capacitor offer infinite reactance to the DC. As a result, DC does not pass. Only AC signal pass. This is resistance offered by the coupling capacitor, or it is called reactance. This so that the AC resistance or resistance of coupling capacitor depends upon the frequency. For DC frequency is 0, 1 upon 0 is infinite. So these offer infinite resistance to the DC, and DC of the collector does not pass. Here at collector, AC plus DC both will develop. So DC will be blocked by these and only AC signal will come here. Now, see, this is your output characteristics we have discussed in a lecture we already discussed. This is your output characteristics of a common emitter. This is a base current. Let me say 20, 40, 60. This is your 80 and 100 microampere. This is your VCE voltage. Now I am discussing DC load line. For DC load line, I am telling you, remember, AC is not given. I am discussing only for DC. So, when AC is not given, at that time, if you write the Kirchhoff voltage law for the output section, then your equation VCC is equal to ICRC plus VC. Your equation is how much? VCC is equal to ICRC plus VC. This voltage plus this voltage. Now, from this you can plot the DC load line. So, equation of DC load line is there is an equation y is equal to mx plus c, where slope of the load line is this minus 1 upon RC. So remember, slope of the DC load line is minus 1 upon resistance. Now, to plot the DC load line, put IC is 0 means transistor does not conduct. So you will get VC is equal to VCC. So I am putting this point here, VC is equal to VCC. It has a coordinate VC maximum, comma 0. Second point, when saturation, when transistor conduct in a saturation region, that is when IC is maximum, VC tends to 0. So I can write your IC maximum is VCC by RC. Put this point on the IC maximum. I have put this point here. Now join the line between the IC maximum and VC. So this line is called DC load line. Already you know DC load line. DC load line. I think you understand. Now, so what is the conclusion? Important point. Important point is maximum this much value of the current can pass. Current cannot pass more than this in this transistor. Maximum value of the current can pass through this transistor is VCC by RC. Maximum you can get the output voltage is equal to VCC. You cannot get the output voltage more than the VCC. I think you understand. Now second discussion I am doing here same page I am using. So Q point, that is called quiescent point, or it is called operating point. When AC signal is not given, then how much value of the collector current is flowing? What is the collector emitter voltage? Such information you are getting from Q point. Q point is the point on a DC load line which specify DC value of the collector current and DC value of the collector emitter voltage for a given value of VCC and IB. VCC and you can say base current IB, or RC, RB you can say. See, I have to find the value of base current using this equation, already you know. And the intersection point of this DC load line with this base current is called Q point. The intersection point of this DC load line with this base current is called Q point. So, suppose I am telling you your intersection point is this, then this point is called Q point or operating point, that specify DC value of the collector current, DC value of the collector emitter voltage when AC input signal is not given. These Q points specify DC value of the collector current and DC value of the collector voltage, collector emitter voltage when AC input is not given. Listen the word. When AC input is not given, then these points specify for this value of the base current. So Q point means operating point. This represent at which value of the collector current and collector voltage this transistor is operated. What is the value of the DC base current, DC value of the collector current, DC value of the collector emitter voltage when AC input is not given. When AC input will give you, when you give the AC input, then this Q point will move in this active region of the load line. This is called saturation point, this is your cutoff point, this is your linear region, this is a saturation region, this is cutoff region, this is active region. For a class A amplifier, Q point should be at middle point of the load line. For class B, it is at the cutoff. This much things I have discussed in the last lecture. Let me write here revision you are doing. Today now we are discussing here's AC load line for same circuit. AC load line. See, this is your circuit diagram of a basic common emitter amplifier circuit. This is a coupling capacitors, this is a source resistors, this is a AC input signals, this is your RB, this is RC, this is a plus VCC, this is coupling capacitors, this is your load RL, this is your VO. I want to plot here DC load, AC load line on these output characteristics of the transistor. This is your Q point, this is your DC load line, this is the A point, this is your B point your returns, this is your VCQ, this is your ICQ. I want to draw AC load line which is passing through the same operating point. So listen, I am discussing now. Whenever AC input signal is applied, then it is necessary to calculate AC load. See, in a previous discussion, this load is your DC load, this DC load, because I have not given any AC input signal. I am discussing for DC load line. So no AC input signal is given, so this load is DC. Now I am discussing AC load line. I am discussing AC load line. So it is necessary to calculate the AC load at the output. Whenever AC input signal is given, then it is necessary to calculate the AC load at the output. And AC load can be calculated by considering the impedance of all the components present in an output section. Impedance of all the components present in a output section. See, I am showing you how much components are present. These all are components present. These all components. See, I will show you another way. This circuit I can draw like only output section. I am drawing this much section. Only output section. this much section. So I am showing. Look here. Here to collector. From collector you are connecting to the one terminal of RC, one terminal of the RC. Another terminal is connected to plus VCC, another terminal is connected to plus VCC, and second terminal of the VCC is connected here, second terminal is connected here. So this section I am showing you like this. Look here. From collector to the what, you can say this is 1, this is 1, 2, 2, this is 3, this is 3, and this is 4, this is 4. I think you understand all the points. And 1 is here, 2 is here, 3 is here, plus 4 is here. Now, from 1 it is connected to what? Coupling capacitor. So I am connecting to coupling capacitor. From coupling capacitor to RL, you can see it is RL. And here is VO. So I have to find the output AC load here. Output AC load. So I can find by this way. For this I can draw in this way. Look here. This circuit I have shown by this way. What is the reason? This is your RAC, it's a equivalent output resistance of this. Listen, RAC is called AC load. So I told you, whenever you applying AC input signal, then it is necessary to calculate AC load at the output. AC load at the output can be calculated by finding impedance of all the component present in output section. So I have to find the impedance of all this component, impedance of VCC, impedance of RC, CC and RL. This has a no resistance. This is ideal power supply. This is ideal power supply. So the internal resistance of power supply is 0. So this does not have any AC resistance. So I am neglecting this. Listen how I am neglecting. This is a neglecting. No need to draw here. Again listen. I have to find out the impedance of all the component present in output section to calculate AC load. So I have to know what is the impedance of VCC. Impedance of VCC is 0. Means VCC is ideal power supply. It does not have any internal resistance. So this impedance is 0. That's why I am not showing here. So I have shown like this. Now this coupling capacitor is used only to block the DC. CC is selected in such a way that coupling capacitor is selected in such a way that it offers very low resistance to the AC. It has to only block the DC. So you will get only AC here. So this has a very low resistance. So I am neglecting this also. Then AC load at the output is left only the parallel combination of RC and RL. RC and RL. Now suppose somebody say like this. Say I want to consider my reactance of coupling capacitor. So I do not mind, you consider this offers some resistance. That resistance you have to consider in series with this resistance. But that does not have any, because that resistance is of the order of only 1 or 2 ohm. AC resistance of these is very less. That's why we are neglecting. The impedance offered by this coupling capacitor to the AC signal is very less. That's why I am neglecting it. If you do not want to neglect, you can add the 2 ohm resistance or 3 ohm, whatever resistance offered by CC that you add in the equation. Okay. So, again, look here, again, this is all component present in the output. I have to find the impedance offered by all this component. This as a internal resistance, small r is near to 0, so I am neglecting this. Impedance offered by this is very, very small, because value of coupling capacitor is selected in such a way that this offer a very low resistance to the AC signal. It block only DC here and I only allow AC at the output. So I am neglecting these two components. As I am neglecting, then my AC load at the output is nothing but the RC parallel RL. So this AC load is nothing but the, what you can say, RC parallel RL. The equation of the load line at the watt output section is ICR AC plus VC, where RAC is called AC load. It is called AC load, and it is your RL parallel. This is RC parallel RL. I think you understand. So here I have written this. I have written the equation of the output section. Equation of the output section is this: ICRAC plus VC. See, in a previous, I have written the equation of output voltage is this: VC is equal to ICRC plus VC. Here this is your DC load only. This is only RC, and in AC load is how much? RC parallel, so decreases. The equation IC is equal to minus 1 upon RAC into VC plus VCC by RAC. This is your equation of the AC load line. So you can see, so slope is large, so my AC line will be like this. This is my AC load line, which touch to this point, say touch to this IC axis, say IC maximum for AC load line. This is your VC maximum for AC load line. This is a Q point. So look here. See, this is the equation of the AC load line. This is the equation. Here RAC is, you can see, it is very small compared to DC load line. For DC load line, what is your load? Only RC, only collector resistor. For AC load line, what is your AC load? RC parallel RL. So something in parallel, so value decreases. So RAC is less than RC. So 1 upon C, RAC is less than RC. So 1 upon RAC is greater than 1 upon RC. So means slope is more. You can say slope is more. This slope is more than this. So slope is more. So I have to draw load line like this. This is the load line. This is your load line like this. This is your load line. Now I have to find these 2 points for AC load line. Which 2 points? IC max and VC max for AC load line. I know these 2 points, so I can easily draw the AC load line. When AC input signal is not given, then this is the value of the current existing in a transistor, ICQ and VCQ. So when AC is given, then I have to pass this AC line through this Q point. That's why I'm passing the AC load line to the same operating point Q. Now, this point and this point I have to find point C, this point C and this point D. I have to find D point. I have to find to draw the AC load line. Listen, see here how I am finding this point. Let me say this value I have written current maximum IC max, and this is the AC voltage I have written VC max. To draw the AC load line, I should know IC max point on IC axis, VC max point on the VC axis, so I can easily draw the load line. For this, look here, I will find the slope of the line. The slope of this line is this value upon this value. Look here, slope of the line is this. What is this value I can write? Check. I can write slope of the line is nothing but the IC maximum minus ICQ upon 0 minus VCQ. You can understand, look here. This value upon this value. So slope I can show you if you don't understand. Slope is equal to IC maximum, this minus ICQ upon 0 minus VCQ. Again, carefully look here, this value upon this value. What is this value? This value is IC max minus ICQ upon 0 minus VCQ. The slope of this line, which line I am writing, if you don't understand, slope of the I am writing only red line if you do not understand. Slope of the red line means AC load line. What is the slope? This IC max minus ICQ upon 0 minus VCQ. This value is 0 minus VCQ. This value is IC max minus ICQ. The slope of this line is IC max minus ICQ upon 0 minus VCQ. I think you understand. But this slope is nothing but the, what you can say, it is, already I have written, the slope of the line is minus 1 upon RAC. The Slope is how much? Slope of the AC load line is minus 1 upon RAC. So I can write from this, it is very simple, IC maximum is equal to ICQ plus VCQ upon RAC. Remember this equation to draw the AC load line. So I have to find the value of IC maximum and put this point here, put this point here, which value? IC max is equal to ICQ plus VCQ upon RAC. So to draw the lines, this equation is required. IC max is equal to ICQ plus VCQ upon RAC. Now I want this point also. Which point? This. So let us find the slope in another way. Say I am finding the slope. Look here. For this line, slope means this slope. Only for this. Remove this line so you will get the idea. I want to find the slope, this slope. This slope is nothing but I can write this is ICQ minus 0 upon VCQ minus VC maximum. Look here. How to find the slope? This length upon this length. What is the length of this line? ICQ minus 0 here. You know how to find this? This ICQ minus 0 upon this. What is upon this? You can say VCQ minus VC max. Look again here. To find the slope of these lines, what I did? This value upon this. What is this value? ICQ minus 0 means this. Now x-axis, y by x, ICQ minus 0 upon this line, upon this line. This is ICQ minus 0 and this is the VCQ minus VC maximum. So to find VC max, I am writing slope is equal to ICQ minus 0 upon VCQ minus VC maximum. And this already you know, slope is minus 1 upon RAC. From this equation I can write VC maximum for AC load line is VCQ plus ICQ into RAC. So this is a slope I calculate. Look here. This is a slope. This measurement upon this measurement is nothing but I have written here. ICQ minus 0 upon this value. This measurement is ICQ minus 0 and this measurement is VCQ minus VC max. I will find out VC max to find the D for the AC load line. So this slope is nothing but the minus 1 upon RAC. So by comparing these two equations I am getting this. So I am getting two equations. By knowing the value of IC max, by knowing the value of VC max, you can put these 2 points here, C and D, and the line joining between the C and D is called AC load line. In this way you can draw the AC load line. Let me show the DC at the same time. So this is your AC load line. If you, by joining the point C and D, and your DC load lines already here I have drawn, this is your DC load line. I think you understand. The slope of the your AC load line is more than the DC load line. AC load line is more steep compared to the DC load line. I think you understand. Listen, last time few lines I am repeating. Listen, whenever you are giving the AC input signal to the amplifier, then it is necessary to calculate the AC load. AC load can be calculated by considering the impedance of all the components present in output section. In the output section, this much component present, and from that we have neglected the impedance offered by the internal resistor of VCC and impedance of the coupling capacitor. So the resultant, the output section is shown like this. So if you calculate the AC load offered by this output section, it will be RC parallel RL. So my equation on the line will be changed. You can see this circuit. VCC is equal to IC RAC plus VCE. So from this I can write this equation of the line is Y. IC is equal to this equation. Y is equal to MX plus C. So your AC load is minus, AC load line has a slope minus 1 upon RAC. To draw the AC load line, first I know this is my AC load line. I will draw like this because DC load line is a less steep compared to the AC load line. So this AC load line I have shown. This is a AC load line. So I have to find the value of C and D. This C represents the maximum value of the current, AC current, IC max. This is the maximum value of the collector emitter voltage I have to find. So I am finding the what this slope for this section, IC max minus ICQ upon 0 minus VCQ is equal to minus 1 upon RAC. So from this equation I find the IC max. From another equation, this equations, I find the VC max. By putting the point IC max and VC max AC value, by joining the point C and D, I can get the AC load line. Let us see the one numerical based on this discussion, so you will get more clarity how to draw the AC and DC load line. Listen, for a given circuit diagram, this is your 8 kilo ohm, this is your 24 kilo ohm they have given. First question, draw DC load line. Draw DC load line. Second, find the coordinate of Q point. What the coordinate of the Q point? Means I have to find VCQ, comma ICQ. So what is the coordinate of Q point? Third, draw AC load line. Draw AC load line. So let me start the work now. See, answer. This is my output characteristics. How to draw the DC load line? First, the equation for the DC load line is VCC is equal to ICRC plus VC. When IC is nearly 0, when transistor does not conduct, VC is equal to VCC. So you have to put the point 24, 0 on VCE axis. So I am putting this point here. It is your 24, 0, 0, that is your VCE. This VC is what? VCC. Second point. Put your, when IC is maximum, then VCE tends to 0. Therefore, IC maximum is equal to your VCC by RC. So I can write your IC maximum. This is what DC load line, remember. IC maximum I can write VCC by RC, it is 24 volt upon 8 kilo ohm. This is your 3 milliampere. Let me show here 3 milliampere. So here I am showing you 3 milliampere. That is IC VCC by RC. The line joining between these 2 points is called DC load line. I think you understand this. What I did, I find VC max for DC load line from this equation. Then I find the IC maximum. What is VCC by RC? What I did, once I have taken this is 0, so VC is equal to VCC. Then I have taken this is 0, so IC is equal to VCC by RC. So these 2 points I have put here. Join this. This is your DC load line. Now let us find the operating point Q. Operating point Q. For Q point. You know, Q point is at the middle point of load line. That is nothing but I can write VCQ is equal to VCC by 2. That is nothing but the 24 by 2. That is 12 volt. And ICQ is nothing but the 3 milliampere by 2. It is 1.5 milliampere. I can say like this. If VC is equal to 12 volt, then ICQ into RC is equal to 12. So IC is equal to 12 upon 8 kilo ohm. So it is 1.5 milliampere. It is 1.5 milliampere. Look here, I am telling you. See, this is your VCQ is what? DC voltage that you told me 12 volt. How much 12? See, I have written here. This is 12 volt. This is your VCEQ is equal to 12 volt. This is 12 volt. The remaining 12 volt will be here 24. So this 12 volt is nothing but the current multiplied by RC. So I have written current multiplied by RC is equal to 12 volt, because this is already 12 volt. This is your already you can say 12 volt. So this is your, this voltage is 12, so you can find the ICQ. So that's why I find the ICQ is how much? 1.5 milliampere. So this is my 1.5 milliampere. I am showing you this is ICQ is how much? 1.5 milliampere. This is a Q point. Now let us calculate your AC load line. For AC load line, I have to find IC maximum is your ICQ plus VCQ by RAC, and VC maximum is VCQ plus ICQ RAC. So first I have to find RAC. What is RAC? RC parallel RL. RC into RL upon RC plus RL. So I can get RC is 8 kilo ohm, RL is 24 kilo ohm, this is a 32, this is your kilo ohm I can write, this is a 6 kilo ohm. So AC load I have calculated this. So what is IC maximum for drawing the AC load line? ICQ is 1.5 milliampere. This value is 1.5 milliampere. Plus this is we have written 12 volt. This is your 6 kilo ohm. So 1.5 plus 2 milliampere. So I will get 3.5 milliampere. Put this point on IC axis. So let me put this point on IC axis. So I am putting on this IC axis here somewhere 3.5 milliampere. This is called IC maximum. To draw the AC load line, what I did, I have calculated IC maximum. You can calculate, see already, let me write here IC maximum is nothing but the, we have written ICQ plus your VCQ upon your RAC. So this is your 3 plus this is your VCQ is 12, RAC we have calculated 6. So this is not 3, this is your 1 this is a 1.5, so I will get 3.5 milliampere. So this point I have kept here. Now second I have to calculate. What is the second? VC, here maximum value. See this equation. In this equation, let me put the value here in this equation. For this equation, let me write VC maximum, VCQ is 12 volt plus ICQ is 1.5 milliampere plus RS is 6 kilo ohm. So this is your 1.5 multiplied by 6, 12 plus 9 you can say. This is your 9. So 12 plus 9 is nothing but the, you can say 21 volt. So to draw the AC load line, I have to calculate VC max. VCQ is what? How much? 12. ICQ is how much? 1.5. RAC is how much? This 6 kilo ohm. I put this value, what you are getting? 21. Now put the 21 here. I am putting the 21. This is 24. This is 21. So 21 must be somewhere here. Is it less than this? So this is your VC max for AC load line. For your more understanding, I am writing here VC max for AC load line. I would draw VCQ plus ICQ into RAC. This is your 12 plus this is your 1.5 milliampere. This is 6 kilo ohm. So I'll get in 21 volt. That I am putting here 21 volt. This value is 21 volt. This point is a 21 volt. So I am drawing the line between IC max and this VC max. I am drawing the line between IC max and VC max. So this line is called AC load line. I am drawing the line, listen again, I am drawing the line between this IC max and this VC max. What the VC max I have written? 21 volt. How much? 21 volt that. How I have calculated? By these two equations I have calculated IC max and VC max to calculate the AC load line. I think you understand this. So first I calculate DC load line, then I find the operating point, then I find the AC load line. Now onward lecture I am discussing thermal stability. It is very important